It's a very special journey. I think when I was retiring from cricket, I didn't really know what I was going to do, and I was very fortunate to get those opportunities in the broadcast early on. There weren't many opportunities for women at the time, and to be able to have them in the first place, and then be able to go on this incredible journey of discovery, of working around the world and with various different cricketers and broadcasters, to learn from them and to be involved in cricket in some capacity. It's just been amazing. So I've loved every part of it. I've learnt so much. There's so many different aspects to broadcast, whether it's being a presenter, whether it's being a commentator or a reporter or a pundit even. And yeah, I feel very privileged that I've been able to work in pretty much all of those areas. I think the most important advice I could give is, if you're thinking about getting involved in the media, then watch and listen as much as possible. I didn't do that at the start of my career just because I didn't really know that it would be a career option for me. But I think for young women now growing up in the game, I think it's quite obvious to see that there are opportunities out there. So as much as you can, listen to commentators, watch presenters, and try and learn what works for you as well. Everyone's got a mobile phone, social media these days, so really try and get used to filming yourself. It's something I'm still learning to do, but I think the more you can do that, the more you can talk about the game. I think it will stand you in good stead when it comes to doing it on camera for the first time. So I think, yeah, just try and embrace and live the sport as much as possible. Just try and learn about it as much as possible, and then by the time you're on your way, it will become a lot easier for you. And that's something that I had to learn on the job. But now what I see from young women in cricket is it comes a little bit more naturally to them, because they've been able to watch a lot and listen to a lot before they've done it. And you look back and you think of how few women there have been in the past, and going into any environment where you're the only one can be quite daunting. But for me, I guess it's something that I've always experienced from being a young girl in a boys' team and growing up in the sport. It takes you out of your comfort zone, but I just kind of saw it as any team environment that I've been into, that I've gone into, where you're always trying to prove yourself, and you're trying to win your teammates over, and you've got to do that through proving yourself as a broadcaster. So all you can really do is just do the best you can and try and learn and sponge in information as quickly as possible. And I think if people see you doing that, then they respect you. It's definitely becoming more normalised. People aren't just looking at you as a female in a broadcast, they're looking at you as a broadcaster, which is where we've always wanted to get to. So it's wonderful to see so many different voices around the world, and it's really refreshing to hear actually the different personalities, because broadcast isn't just about having a mixture of men and women, it's about having the different personalities reflected, so people feel like they're part of something, and that's what I love about broadcast. I mean, I've been inspired by so many different cricket broadcasters, TV broadcasters. I'm very fortunate at the BBC to work with the likes of Claire Balding and Gabby Logan and Hazel Irvine. I mean, they're the gold standard really for me when it comes to broadcasting in multi-sports. When it comes to cricket, obviously you have your voices, and I couldn't hand pick any names because literally everyone is so good at what they do. But obviously Harsha Bhogle, listening to him in India, Aggers on Test Match Special. I love listening to Nasser Hussain. I think he's an excellent commentator and pundit. And I mean, there's so many different names you could mention. I work with a pretty cool team in Australia as well. And obviously, I think it's something I've mentioned quite a lot, but Shane Warne had a particularly big impact on me, because when I was commentating, which is something that I never thought that I could do, he always showed me a lot of respect and listened to my views about the men's game. And when he was showing me that respect and wanting to talk to me about cricket on the broadcast as well as behind the scenes, that's when I felt I gained everyone else's respect. And so that kind of kindness and support really gave me the boost to be able to share my views more. And I think that was quite a pivotal moment in my career. The 3 different attributes that I think you need to become a successful broadcaster in cricket are passion, courage and dedication. Passion, because you've got to love the sport. You don't have to have played the game, although that helps, but you have to have watched it for a long period of time and loved every single moment of it, whether it's on TV, listening to it on radio, and all the different stories that come with it. It helps if you follow one team in particular, because you can obviously follow that team and get involved with the ups and downs of what the sport is about. But yeah, really it's about all the different stories that come with watching cricket. I'd say courage, because you don't have to be the loudest person in the room, you don't have to be the most animated. I was super shy when I first got into broadcast, but I just kept getting myself to the grounds and getting myself in front of camera, even though I might have looked silly at times. I just kept doing it. I kept wanting to get better. And so I think the courage to be able to want to be a broadcaster, I think, is helpful. And I'd say dedication. So when I was first starting out, I was learning about all the different elements that bring a broadcast together. I was going to sit in the gallery, the production area, just to see how pictures come together on screen. So watching the director, listening to the producers, and watching how everyone works around a broadcast. So from the floor managers to the audio team, and then really that helped me when it came to my presenting and commentary on air. So that was really important for me, but also preparation. So when you have that dedication, you prepare as much as possible for a game, and then when you're at the live game, then your skills are just taking over and you're just surrendering yourself to the action that's happening out there in the field. So yeah, they're the 3 things. Well, someone who obviously has a passion for wanting to work in sports media and cricket in particular. You can be a student or taking your first steps into sports media, and that's what's so exciting about it really, is that it's really open to anyone who wants to get involved. And entrants can apply by doing a match report. They can do a bit of presenting, a bit of commentary, match commentary, so grab a video and talk over it. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing all the entries. In terms of the T20s, look, this is always a special place to play, and I know that the Women's Ashes match here was electric. It was a full house, so I'm really looking forward to seeing New Zealand come over. There's an incredible rivalry that's formed with England over the years. I remember the 2009 World Cup final here, where Catherine Brunt bowled us to victory. So it's a very special rivalry, and I know they've just played against each other in New Zealand, so that rivalry will continue, and I'm very much looking forward to that. Oh, it's so amazing to work here. I'd say #1 in the world, not just to play here, but to be here in the media centre. Has the best lunches, but it's not just that. It's, when you come here for the first game of the season and you rock up, and it's just like a cricket family, everyone working for different broadcasters, but you're all saying hi to each other, you're catching up over coffee, and then you get to see the action and call the action with the best view in the house, in my opinion. So it's truly special. I know how lucky I am every time I come here, and I genuinely feel that everyone feels that when you're in the media centre here at Lord's. So that's why I'm always wanting to show it off to everyone, and it's a unique, special experience. It's not something you get to experience every day, so that's why I love coming here.